Well, we're just sharing our live feed here. It is Monday night. We're happy to be back with you on You Asked For It with Levi Cox.
And Austin Walsh. We are officially shared.
We are up here at the Jess FM studios. And unfortunately, I forgot my cell phone, so I'm not able to share on my stories. You just got to go to the Jess FM page on Facebook,
which is www.facebook.com/jessfm. And you can also find us on www.jessfm.ca.
Yeah, so if you're used to watching me on my wall, just got to look a little harder and find us on Jess FM.
Perfect. Well, hi, everyone.
Welcome back.
And welcome back to us, Levi. We just got back from Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun trip. We have lots to talk about tonight.
And what we've learned is what always happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas, because we're going to dish on some exciting things.
Spill some tea.
And talk about some fun adventures.
Yep. So, what happened since our last show?
Well, we did our last show, and then we were in Vegas last Monday, so we couldn't film, and so we missed you. So for our radio listeners, we also filmed the show. So we're wearing our Las Vegas sparkles tonight.
Little glitz, little glam, little sparkle, razzle dazzle.
Yeah, we were actually in Las Vegas for an award show.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was like more than that. It was also
Right.
like a business conference for some of the top sales companies or salons within one distributorship in Canada.
Yeah, so to explain that a little bit is that Catwalk wasn't typically in the top 10. We are like just kissing the bottom. We are platinum level with the supplier. These suppliers supply everything from hair color, retail, salon chairs. It just basically means you buy a lot of stuff from them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're buying a lot of stuff, hopefully you're selling a lot of stuff and you're doing good business. So it's just kind of a way to rank those businesses and their sales. And just because we were so high, as little Lethbridge salon, well, big salon.
We are very big salon.
That we got a little bit extra bonuses. We got some round tables with the top salons in Canada, and we got to talk about, the industry and what's going on, and it was really cool.
It's kind of like a round table with our peers.
Mm-hmm. So it was pretty cool to be invited and flown out and right out of Lethbridge to go get wined and dined in Las Vegas. And
lots of wine, lots of dine. Actually, not that much dine.
Yeah,
but
not much
a little
dining.
bit of dining. We mostly ate like Fritos in the bedroom in our hotel room very late at night.
Frito bean dip.
After all the wine.
So, yeah, it wouldn't be a trip to Vegas without some celebrity sightings, being confused with celebrities, and, of course, lots of parties and shows.
Mm-hmm. And bean dip. That's one thing. Every time we go to the States, we get Frito bean dip because we can't get it here. And I personally think it tastes like dog food. Looks like dog food, but it's
one of my favorite
Levi
foods.
loves. It's a lot of nostalgia for
It's
him.
one of my favorite foods.
It's very interesting.
So thanks for tuning in tonight. Our topics are going to be quite varied, so if you have to change the channel or put your fingers in your ears for a little bit.
We're talking to you, Mom.
Okay, so let's talk about Vegas.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Vegas, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mostly. I will say I didn't love Vegas until I went with you last time. Then I had a new appreciation for it after I realized it can be fun, but maybe I was just taking myself a bit too seriously before.
I'll admit I've had a lot of good times in Vegas, but I really enjoy going to Vegas with you too, Austin.
Thanks. We have good times together.
So we're staying at the Mirage, and
Beautiful hotel. This is
Beautiful.
our second time there, but
I gotta tell you, it's so funny. We go every year at the same weekend. It's Super Bowl weekend, so everything is really pumped up. But it's also like leading into Chinese New Year. But Austin, he says, "Why is everything decorated red and gold? It's all Chinese decorations."
Well, at the Mirage, I'm like, when I think of a Mirage, I just don't think of China. So I'm just curious, like, why there's always like, all these like
red and gold
flowers
dragons
everywhere and dragons and like women doing like dancing and stuff. It's just very traditional Chinese, and this is 2 years in a row we went on the same weekend, which happens to be Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Duh. So that was
That's
a little
why
funny.
Vegas is extra glittery over there.
Yeah, but it is just funny. I thought that was just how the Mirage always was.
It's
But
like,
then
yeah.
we went shopping, and I realized everywhere had Chinese New Year decorations because it is the year of the pig.
Yeah, you're the pig this year.
Yeah, so good luck out there to all the pigs.
We're year of the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us.
Yeah, we both are.
Slytherin through and through.
Cunning.
Okay, so we're looking at what to do. Our first night in Vegas is a free night, and we're like, what are we going to do in Vegas? So we look up the best shows in Vegas, and something caught our eye.
Yes, very first night. So we fly in.
Yeah.
We get to the room, we check in, everything, and then we're
Buy some
instantly
tickets.
looking for what shows to go to.
Yeah.
So we were down between one, and I'll say it first, which was Misbehave's variety game show.
Yeah.
And then the second one was Puppetry of the Penis. And I won't even make you have to guess which one we picked, because I think you know.
So I'd heard of Puppetry of the Penis before,
Uh-huh.
but I'd never seen the show, and I know that Austin was all for it. So
Oh, yeah.
we're like, let's go check this out. So we're looking for something to do in Vegas, and it's at the Erotic Museum.
The Erotic Heritage Museum, which is
Which-
just off the strip. It's really cool.
Yeah, I've never actually been to the Erotic Heritage Museum in Las Vegas. I've only been to the Erotic Museum in Amsterdam. So not
It was different
Oh, yeah.
than Amsterdam, for sure.
not only do you get to go to the penis puppetry show, but then you also get to go through the museum.
Well, you get it for free if you pay for that VIP.
So we got VIP. We didn't realize we got VIP.
Well, I think maybe I realized.
Well, we don't realize what came with our VIP experience.
yeah,
at
there's a
Puppetry
lot
of
of
the
little
Penis.
perks.
We got a porno they filmed in the Erotic Museum called
A Night at the Erotic Museum, which is obviously a spoof or a parody film on Ben Stiller's
Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum. We haven't watched that. I don't know if we will, because it's a little hetero.
So, our listeners, we can see you on Facebook Live. So if you comment, just curious if any of you had seen the Penis of the Puppetry show.
Puppetry of the Penis.
Puppetry of the Penis. I can never say it right. So we get in there, and there's a female comedian to fluff us up and get us in the mood to laugh.
Yeah, they called her a fluffer, but
They
she's
did.
actually Canadian.
Yeah, Montreal.
I'm trying to remember her name, but she's really, really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, so is there any gay guys in the audience?
And we're like, woo!
Front row.
But we were the only ones in the whole audience. There's
Yeah.
shockingly a lot of straight men there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys.
Bachelorette parties, birthday parties. A lot of people go to the show just to have a laugh. And, it's taking we always see a lot of nudity in movies and film and TV, but it's usually just like boobs. So
Yeah. Well, and like female frontal nudity is somehow less offensive than full frontal male nudity.
Yeah.
And they definitely shock you
Yeah,
at first. As North Americans, I think we're just not used to seeing that like that.
these guys are so funny. They finally like, okay, here you are, you're at the show. And then
Get
they
the
go,
laughing out of the way.
so they go full Monty, and then they're like, everyone just laugh at our penises.
Laugh at our cocks.
It was so
Okay.
funny.
It was really funny, though. They do a couple little tricks. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
They like to call it origami of the genitals.
Yeah. So if you would like to pick this book up, there's a book, and you can learn how to do this puppetry at home.
Yeah, you can learn how to do a wristwatch or the Loch Ness Monster. If you're Canadian, we call him Ogopogo.
My favorite was the Ogopogo for sure. Another thing is when you're doing puppetry of the penis, they said the hardest thing is not being hard.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look too painful, but it was quite interesting. And there's definitely, they say, put your film and cameras away until there's one special move. And if you're following my Snap story,
You maybe seen a hamburger that looked a little strange.
yeah, so he let us film the hamburger and then invited us up on stage to do the hamburger as well.
And you were trying to volunteer me to do it. I was definitely not getting up there in front of those people to hamburger my wiener.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. So,
Yeah. How to turn your hot dog into a hamburger.
oh my gosh, it was so bad. So,
It was hilarious. I've never seen, like, Levi's a very out there person, and, like, you like to push the envelope, and you're all about shock value. I've never seen you as giddy and, like, almost embarrassed as you were in that moment. He kept,
Yeah.
like, leaning into me and oh, like
Oh my
you're
gosh.
like totally a grandma, just giddy as hell.
There was just something about being in that show, front row. Like, I was embarrassed.
And I'm like leaned forward, like just staring.
Yeah, it's not like
Like,
me to be
whoa,
uncomfortable
that's crazy.
or embarrassed. I don't know why that affected me like that.
It was so funny. Anyway, it was a really good show, though. I
Yeah.
definitely recommend it.
Yeah. If you need a
18
good
plus.
laugh, and it's a nice comedy show. I mean, it's actually
Great way to
hilarious.
break the ice. Your first night in Vegas, though.
Yeah.
I'll say. My client Melanie is going to Vegas, and I told her like you have to go. I think she's leaving Tuesday or something, like tomorrow, but it's not playing when she's there because it's only on weekends, I guess.
It's on Thursdays.
Yeah, Thursday,
Fridays,
Friday, Saturday,
Saturdays.
and she's not going to be there for it or something. Unfortunate.
Oh.
So that was our first. Actually, that wasn't even our first night. That was just the beginning of our first night.
We didn't go too wild that night.
No, we just like did some shopping and I don't know. Did we end up somewhere for dinner after? We were tired.
Yeah. Well, we needed, the next day, we got to do the round table at the top salons in Canada. And we got to go for a very special VIP dinner at the Venetian.
Well, that was that night. The round table was the day after it, actually.
All right, so first night, so we get to go for this fancy dinner at the Venetian. We're very excited because I'm ready to eat some tasty food in Vegas.
It's a good like steakhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all on the bill of the company, so you're going to, like, go enjoy that.
That was a little free. We ordered more than we would have regularly, but the steaks we ordered, they were, although delicious, they were like 24-ounce steaks. Not one person could finish their steak.
No one finished their steak. Our table got these steaks for 24 ounces. Some of the steaks were 125 US.
Yeah, there's some Wagyu beef, but I just had like a regular strip loin, and it was still way too much to have.
Okay, I want to talk about this Wagyu beef because it really disturbed me when I heard about this, and I wanted to see what you thought and if you'd heard of this before. But this Wagyu beef, they actually,
Like suspend a cow in the air.
so I'm assuming like as if it's standing up, but this cow never stands up its whole life. It's always suspended, and then they massage it.
So he just like gets to lounge around. I wonder if he like has some headphones and like a game controller.
I
Like
don't
one
know.
of those kinds of
They
situations.
only feed him vegetables, apparently.
Yes, so he's very well fed. Great marbling, apparently.
Well,
With that,
I
but
just
it
couldn't.
costs a lot. It's
I
a
just
very
could
expensive
not order the
Japanese beef.
I could not order the $125 steak, even though I wasn't paying. I just couldn't do it. But I'll tell you, my appetizer was $70 US.
What did you have again? Didn't you have
Crab legs.
as an appetizer?
Yeah.
Well, you shared with everyone. It was so fun because these people are our peers, and we get to see them a lot. Everyone that was kind of at this roundtable discussion or at that night for the dinner or whatever, they were all like the platinum level salons or the Club 100 salons in the distributorship. So these are people we get to travel with quite often.
Yeah.
Quite a few of them we were in Barcelona with, or we were in
Paris.
Paris with lots of them through the same company. So
But now I'm on their level. I'm
Well,
up in
yeah.
that. I'm up in
I
that
think they're
100
on our
club.
level. It
It's-
was so fun though. So anyway, with the appetizers though, we just all kind of got one each, and then we just passed them around, and everyone shared. We're like a family in that regard.
I like nice things, but I just have a hard time spending like
Money on food. I'd rather spend it on clothes.
or gambling, like things that I'm not gonna like keep or
Yeah.
retain. It's hard for me.
Yeah, me too. I've never been a gambler either.
No, but when I hear a
I
bottle
don't
of wine,
gamble on a fart. I won't gamble my money.
oh my gosh, he always takes there. See, like he's all dressed up with his glitter jacket.
Well, I'm full of like grandpa wisdom.
I was gonna say I just have a hard time. Like when I hear a bottle of wine for $300, I about choke because I'm just fine with like a $10.
$12 Matuya.
I'll take a $10 bottle of Barefoot.
Yeah, some sparkling barefoot.
So
For the table? Yes, please.
I know when they're offering me sparkling water at the restaurant, I'm suspicious of the price.
Yeah,
This is weird for me.
but now you have like those like at-home CO2 machines that carbonate your beverages for you.
Oh, I don't. But
Well, anyone
They can
could
do
get it. It's available to the public.
so something exciting happened in this really high-end, beautiful restaurant. We're having a lovely meal with like really wonderful people, Sharon and Jerry and just all the great Tammy and all of the great people. I miss Brenda not being there. And Harvey missed his plane. 'cause
Yeah,
ice.
well, there was like really crappy weather in Calgary. that day. So a lot of the people that were supposed to be in there that night had to come the next morning.
Yeah, or late, after the dinner at 9:30.
Yeah.
So we're at this really high-end restaurant, and then there's a kerfuffle.
And we didn't really know what was happening, and actually a lot of us missed it because it was dealt with so quickly.
But this guy choked on his $125 steak, and he needed the Heimlich maneuver.
So he spit like $40 of steak across the room.
I don't know. I've just never been in a restaurant where someone is about to die. And then the meal goes on, and we're having a great time, and we're all just like mingling. And then
Another kerfuffle.
a guy faints in the restaurant. He hits the ground. We don't know if he's had a seizure. We don't know.
Well, it's Vegas. I think maybe there was like some heavy consumption
Well,
issues earlier on in the night for that guy, obviously.
Either way, you're out at this fancy dinner, all dressed up at the Venetian. One guy's choking, the other guy's passing
So he's
out.
passed out on the floor, and then he vomits everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
So the staff at this place have obviously dealt with this before because they cleaned it up in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
They moved the table. They like put coffee grounds or sawdust or something all over the carpet. It was like literally almost didn't happen. It was so fast.
Yeah.
It was really insane.
Yeah.
So everyone just carries on. But we're like, Jerry's like, I don't know why like we come here for this kind of drama or whatever.
Well, you just don't expect this at this like kind of high level restaurant, you know.
But you
People
know,
choke.
classy people throw up too.
Yeah. So the next day we get up nice and early for our roundtable discussion, and you know what was really interesting is something we've talked about from Catwalk Salon Spa, one of our sponsors here at Jess FM. One of the things that we've been talking about is that we got our full liquor license back in November.
Yes, we did.
So as these other salons were all talking about things that have happened in our businesses and challenges and just what's happening in the hair industry, they were very interested in learning about the liquor license. So that was really fun that we were the only one with our liquor license.
Yes. I think it's only available in Alberta too, but
Some of these top salons were Fort
most of them,
McMurray,
5 out of 7 were in Alberta.
yeah, Okotoks, Calgary, Abbotsford.
No, there was like Sherwood Park, Stony Plain, or Spruce Grove, or something like one of those. One in Edmonton.
Fort St. John?
Airdrie.
Fort St. John?
No, British Columbia.
No, what was that guy's from? That one guy?
Fort Saskatchewan.
Oh, Fort Saskatchewan. That's not up.
Just outside of Edmonton. It's a suburb. By the way, hello, Deanna. Thanks for tuning in.
Deanna watches our show. We love Deanna.
But we got to party in Vegas with her too.
Yeah.
So a special shout out to her. It was great to see you.
It's always great to see you. And I always remember like our trip in Toronto together when I had first discovered the selfie stick. It was my first selfie stick. We were at a big award show out there, and it was like a launch party for a product. And I just remember doing this selfie on the street with you, Deanna. But we've been a lot of places with you. With all, it's so fun. The hair industry is very much like a family, and
Well, especially like within the same distributorships too. So you kind of like are loyal to a brand, but then when you're loyal to those brands, it kind of makes you loyal to the distributor that carries the brand. So now there's this like umbrella of people that all like carry the same products and support each other.
totally. And there used to be this huge hair show in Calgary every October.
Well, all across Canada actually.
Well,
It's
yeah,
the
actually.
Allied Beauty Association or ABA show.
And that's when we'd kind of all get together no matter what, even if you weren't traveling, and like see your peers and, you know, again, learn challenges and successes of other businesses. And
Well, and I used to like work the shows too.
Yeah.
I was like employed by Redken Canada and then by Summit Salon Services, so I got to be like backstage doing hair and makeup at these shows.
so we're really sad because they've quit doing the ABA. And
in
that was,
Alberta, but I think they still have them in Eastern Canada.
well, we've lost them right now in our area. And actually, the last ABA in Calgary was our first date.
The one after that.
Was there one more?
One more after that. But that was our first date was at an ABA show. We made plans to meet and we met. And here we are.
Aren't
over
you lucky?
3 years later.
Aren't you all? You asked for it.
Yeah.
maybe you didn't, but we're here.
You asked for it.
What is Deanna saying?
Gianna's saying she loves the selfie stick.
I didn't bring. I had it in Vegas, but we didn't do a group selfie. I did the one of the room of the big class, but I didn't do a selfie stick photo. I needed to climb up on a table and do that.
You did one of in this time in Vegas.
Not with the stick.
Not well. You got selfie sticks for arms. You gangly little man. You got the longest arms in the West.
So at this roundtable discussion, the thing I really wanted to take forward and get from this was getting online booking. I want you to be able to go to Catwalk's Facebook page. I want you to go to our website, and I want you to be able to book your appointment online. I don't know why this has been so scary for me or what's held me back. I mean, I shop online. We all book appointments online or skip the dishes. So I just the thing I really wanted to take away this year was online booking.
I think you got some like valuable insight because almost everyone else was doing it.
Yeah.
Out of that 7, I think 5 were, or
Yeah.
maybe 4 even, but a majority was doing online booking. And there's little things that you had as like good like nuggets of inspiration to get you motivated into doing it. And now we know you don't know like why you don't have it. You know you must have
I must have online booking. So everyone will be able to book their appointments with me or Austin or any of the great Catwalk team, all your services, see lists of services, the cost of services, and you are going to be able to do that by when?
April for sure, maybe earlier.
April 1st at the latest. Tammy down at Orange Lily is my motivational coach. We are going to text each other twice a week.
And you're her motivational coach. You're motivating each other.
We are going to have online
Little, like,
booking.
peer pressure in a good way.
Yeah, we're going to send each other our successes and push each other to get this project done. It's not that it's that hard. It's just choosing the right company.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the company that's easiest for me is not the easiest for you. So I think I'm going to have to...
Well, it's not like the most utilized way because like it's a great thing.
Yeah.
And it is very, very easy and simple.
Yeah.
But maybe we're looking at something that offers a little more. We're not sure yet.
I've been creeping all of your hair salon
Everyone,
pages.
little stalker here.
And I've been booking appointments.
Market research.
Market research. And I definitely found that I want a really good shopping experience. And I want it to be easy for you. And I want it to bring in business because I learned some things that, the millennials, which is not a bad word or a swear word, but they don't really want a phone at the salon
But
to
also,
book an appointment. They want to book it online.
there's 2 generations after millennials
I know.
too. So like it's actually Generation Z that's like really 100% like phone all the time too.
Yeah, so Generation
Like,
Z.
we keep saying millennials, but they're
Well, it's just
actually
the
like
common term.
yeah. But it's the generation after millennials already that we're trying to pander to because those are the 18 to 25-year-olds right now.
So, okay, it's millennials, then what?
Generation Z,
And then
the I generation,
the I generation. So,
which are my millennial generation's children are the I generation.
what does that mean?
So they have never not known cell phones
Or internet.
dial-up internet. Like they never knew that. They've never been through a war, or like they never knew of the Berlin Wall falling, or
Oh.
things like that.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's not blah blah. You made me read all that. You turkey. He's the one
I
who
wanna
says,
know about- I wanna-
research this for me, please, and then tell me the bullet points.
I wanna-
Now he says blah blah blah.
Well, yeah, but I just want to know about booking online. So.
Yeah.
Are you? I noticed like some people, like my friend Tracy, she orders her Starbucks online.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited to get this going. And
Yeah.
so we're for April 1st. Keep your eyes out. I'll do a big
we
splash.
will have online booking.
Yeah. And I really, basically at this conference, they want us to have high sales. And that's just that next step and next level of service to make it convenient for our customers in this day and age, because we can't always be making a phone call in the middle of the day when we're open to booking appointments. Now you can have your wine, do your little bit of shopping, do your skip the dishes, order your lash lift and perm,
Yeah, and it's always like 10 o'clock at night when you're like in bed staring at the ceiling like, shit, I didn't book my haircut like I was going to. Now you'll be able to do it.
You'll be like, my pores are clogged and I'm going to do something about it. I am booking
Yeah.
a chemical peel.
If I have to live one more day with these bushy eyebrows, I'll chop them off and start over.
I'm pretty curious about how this is all going to work out.
Yeah, I think it'll be successful. I'm excited and very
We got another
I
comment.
look forward to it. We don't.
I like the comments.
Keep commenting, everyone.
Would you want to book your appointment online? I'm old school. I want to go to a teller still at the bank. Austin buys our movie tickets on his phone, and I'm like, can't we go up and just buy them?
I want to get in before everyone else scoops the tickets up.
So I guess it's just the world we live in.
It's very fast, but I'd rather have an e-receipt and not have paper and stuff as well.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to like kill more trees than I have to.
E-garbage.
E-garbage?
E-garbage.
E-garbage? Well, that just deletes, but I'm not like ruining my oxygen for my kids.
You're going to have kids?
No, but somebody will. I'm speaking metaphorically.
So our big thing, online booking for Catwalk, but I took so much more away from the show. How about you?
I definitely did. We had a really great motivational speaker after that in the evening. Actually, that was the next day. So after that, we had an award show and a dinner with everyone.
But before the awards show, we had time to go shopping.
That was so fun.
One thing about Vegas is you can shop and you can find anything in Vegas.
Literally, and if they don't have it and you ask them, they'll like write it down on a post-it note and say, "You didn't hear this from me."
Yeah.
We had a couple of those experiences, but found like some really good sparkly, glittery outfits, which are perfect for us because
We don't want the basic stuff.
no, we want to glitter even in Lethbridge.
In Vegas, you can find glitter.
Yeah.
So
Shimmer and shine.
last year in Las Vegas, I was with Austin. He was looking at a Burberry bag, and when we were in there having some champagne, I tried on this ridiculous clear coat. It was a see-through trench coat, and I tried it on. I took a picture. I wanted it. I posted it on my Instagram, posted it on my Snap story, but I didn't buy it. It was $1,000 US.
It was even more than that.
Well,
actually,
it was a bit of money.
Yeah.
And in Canada, like $1,000 US is like 1,300 Canadian.
Well, and the H&M and like Zara, or when the big fashion lines come out with things, and like the smaller fast fashion people come out with like inspired by versions of it later on. So we're like, that's like a lot of money, and kind of talked ourselves out of it.
Well, come on.
I definitely helped talk you out of that one because that's a lot.
1,300 US for a clear plastic jacket. But remember, this is Burberry, so it's cut well, looks nice, and it's cool because it's clear. You can see your outfit through it, but
you'll still have greenhouse effect under it, and
you sweat a little bit.
it's very foggy in
Well,
like 10 minutes.
I thought about this jacket for a year, and I got like so many comments. I hope you bought that jacket. I hope you bought that jacket. I searched knockoff sites online. I checked eBay for a clear trench coat, and I couldn't find one. I even went on Boxing Day to see Burberry put it on sale, and they didn't. So the store clerk this year, we went back to get Austin's matching wallet, and the store clerk said that clear coat.
It's at the Premium North Outlet Mall.
The Premium North Outlet Mall.
No, Premium Outlets North, Las Vegas.
We're just telling you that name again because if you want a fun outlet mall in Vegas, I've never done it before.
Oh, there's two. There's a north and a south, but the north is
north
the
one.
better one, in my personal opinion.
Mine too. So we left the store, got in an Uber.
Yeah, went all the way to the Premium Outlets North.
Because that night is the award show.
Straight to Burberry.
Yeah, straight to Burberry.
And it was there. We found it.
They told me it wasn't there, but I found it at
and
the
you're
window.
like, don't lie to me.
Oh my gosh.
Alicia, we found it.
And not only that, the one I wanted that fit me had a little rip. So I'm like, can I speak to the manager about a bigger discount?
Yeah, you're like channeling your inner Heidi Hicken. Can I speak to your manager?
Well, I'll tell you.
You got a real good deal.
This jacket.
You got it.
Well, they're so funny because they said, no one buys this jacket. And it was like really marked down. And then it was 30% off trench coats.
Yeah, on top of
the huge discount.
So you got a screaming deal.
And then I tried to get more money knocked off for the rip on the button, but I couldn't quite do it.
Well, you tried a different jacket instead. No rips for you.
Oh, yeah. I actually said I bought a smaller size.
Doesn't that feel nice? I picked up the smaller size.
And then guess what? It was raining in Vegas, so I got to put my jacket on.
Yeah.
How cool.
It was awesome. But really good shops in there. We ended up going to like Dolce & Gabbana and picking up some screaming deals there too. And we went to like the John Barbados outlet.
Dolce & Gabbana, they had a little bit of scandal recently, so I was a little nervous to go in their store.
But you even said when you walked in about the scandal, and the clerk was like, "Oh, it's just the one, not the other."
Yeah,
he's crazy.
He's crazy. So there was
it's not Dolce, it's Gabbana. And I don't know actually who said it.
They made a little comment about their Chinese shoppers, and it wasn't received well, and I agree. And they apologized publicly, but
They purposely did China themed or Chinese New Year themed window displays in all their stores
Yeah.
to kind of show
Their
solidarity and support of the community. And
so I felt okay about shopping at Dolce & Gabbana.
well, you
Because
felt really okay because we got some wicked shit there.
well, I'll tell you, their window display has the flashiest clothes, and we're looking for an award show. So, I picked up this jacket there, and then Austin couldn't find his dream jacket, so this girl wrote, Soho, Miami. Go
And
check.
then slipped it to us face down. You didn't hear this from me.
Yeah.
Check this place out. It's my own store.
Okay, so awards show starts at 7 o'clock. It is now 6 o'clock, and we are still in our Uber. We are racing to Soho, Miami in the Venetian.
And I'm like a little freaking out at this point because I'm a stress ball.
He's a stress ball.
At the best of times, but I also like lie to Levi and tell him that things are earlier than they are, so we have a good like half-hour cushion at least.
Well, we raced into Soho, Miami, and within 20 minutes, you found this fabulous jacket you're wearing
sure
for us tonight.
did.
Little rhinestones.
Well, it's like foil on top of velour.
Well, we got it. We got our jackets. We'll definitely go back to Soho, Miami. If you're looking for a flashy, one-of-a-kind Vegas outfit,
Yeah.
we recommend it in the Venetian. They were wonderful. They gave us shots of tequila, and we raced and made it to the award show on time.
Early.
Early, in
We
fact.
were there early. We got to eat. And mingle and like walk in and shop for outfits. It was so much fun.
Well,
I
I-
love the award show too, and they always have really great dinners too.
Whenever I travel, I go with a spray tan. So I always get a spray tan. I'd like to go to Fabutan if I can. And if you spray tan yourself, it's like you're constantly wearing like foundation on your whole body. You already look better, and it's great. So I went spray tan. So getting ready is pretty easy there. I noticed while I was in Vegas, my skin cleared up. Did your skin clear up? Do you have any problems?
Well, I never usually have problems
Well,
with my skin. I will say, I'm lucky.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what it was about Vegas, but they have that beautiful lighting in your room, so you always get these great selfies. But my skin completely cleared up while I was in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you always like have just one or two little spots, and they're completely gone.
I used to not have them before I met you. I think they're stress marks.
Maybe they're stress. Maybe it's love.
Loves it. Love pimples.
Love stress.
So everyone dressed up very nice for the award show. I volunteered my services to photograph the evening, and everyone getting their awards. And I was happy I could put my skill set to use.
People got some really great photos too. I don't know. I want to go back to like shopping and just talk about.
I don't.
No, not that. But I just love like the shopping experiences that you get every single place that you go to. If you're gonna spend money, people really take care of you, give you shots, and like
Yes.
have great conversation. I love shopping in Vegas for that.
Yeah, so if you work Vegas, you can, get your free drinks at the casino. You can get your free drinks in the shops. So do not be shy if you go to Burberry and you're looking around.
Ask for some champagne.
Ask for some
They'll
champagne.
give it to you.
Yeah, they give you more than one glass, sometimes
Yeah.
a bottle. So Austin wrote down a little note, a story I wasn't going to tell, but I'm not going to say the name of the store, but sometimes these people are very flirtatious. And maybe they're giving you a lot of compliments because they want you to buy more, but sometimes they're just into you.
Yeah. Well, the retail gays of the world. Sometimes
Oh
they're a
my
little
God.
thirsty. They
I-
need a beverage.
I
You know what I'm
can't
saying?
believe I'm going to tell this story. So not only is
Oh, we gotta have a
Soho,
little scandal.
Soho, Miami giving us shots while we shop, and Burberry giving us champagne as we shop.
and-
But we go in this other store, kind of a rock and roll type store, and I need some new jeans.
Oh, we got some like good stuff from there too.
Definitely.
Got some good jewelry, some shirts.
But this guy really wanted to help me with my clothes.
Yeah, really, really wanted to.
I mean, this guy was just checking me out top to bottom, especially the bottom. He actually came into the change room and was like getting peeks of me in my underwear. It was a little bit weird.
Well, you were also just like saying like you're kind of insecure because you're like a little puffier at that moment than you usually are.
I wasn't
you know.
insecure. I just said,
No, but
if
you
I'm going to
just
try
said,
on
like-
white jeans, I need to make sure they're tight because everything looks bigger in them because white expands and black shrinks.
Yes.
And then he just got very curious and got
Well,
very handsy.
I think he misinterpreted you saying like you need to or you're gonna lose weight because we just had a good Christmas for you talking about other things being large.
I was-
and his little fox ears really perked up.
I was talking about the fact that I've put on a few pounds, but you all know my goal is to get back into shape and rock my abs again. So, but this guy didn't seem to care if I put on a few pounds.
No, because he was looking at a pound of something else.
Oh my god!
It was funny. Like you can't help but be a little flattered, but you're also like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, this guy was like literally getting in the change room with me, and he
Well,
didn't.
shameless. I'm like right there, like, hey, buddy.
But he didn't
I'm
realize
right here.
Austin was my boyfriend, and then he finally put it together and chilled out a little bit. But then slipped me his card, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Oh
to both
my
of us.
gosh.
After. But I was just kind of like going with it. I thought it was funny, but a little bizarre.
He wasn't that attractive.
No, he was cute.
So,
That
anyway.
was a fun shopping experience on top of it.
I don't
all.
know if ladies get that kind of experience.
And if you
I think,
do, maybe it's like a little more inappropriate. But how do you deal with that as like,
yeah.
you know,
As a man, is it like okay
it's
to
not
like
something you're usually
go in the
subjected
change
to.
room and check out the goodies? Because if you were a woman and the store clerk was coming in and checking out the
Oh,
goodies,
there'd be some
Lawsuit,
backhanding,
right?
Little slap, little lawsuit.
okay, I'm glad you brought that topic up. That was
I
funny.
think that was a fun shopping experience.
Oh my gosh.
So after that, we had the award show. Let's just move right along.
Yeah, well, we're already up. Oh, one that was really nice. Well, I don't want to brag, but
What?
I got a piece of Tiffany.
Oh yes, you sure did at the award show.
Yeah, they gave me a little blue bag. I'd never had Tiffany before.
Wow, it looks stunning on you.
Nice.
Personalized too. Every one of the top salons got their own personal piece.
That's very cool.
Yeah, some people got earrings, some people got necklaces. They're all individual and
Yeah.
picked out specifically for you. It was very beautiful. A
Uh,
wonderful gift.
Went out partying that night. Very exciting. Met all of our great friends. Had drinks till way too late. One of the weird things about Las Vegas is you can still smoke inside the bars. This is not
I
one of
don't
my
love
favorite
that.
things.
And you actually don't realize the cigarettes really, because like they smell like cigarettes a little bit, but somebody can be right beside you, and the air return and like the air circulation is so good that it
Yeah.
just gets sucked straight up to the ceiling. So you don't smell that much like cigarettes, but then you get back to your room and smell your jack, and you're like, ugh.
Your eyes are watering at you.
Yeah,
Like,
and your throat hurts too, and I'm like, this isn't gonorrhea.
Well-
that's definitely some cigarette irritation.
thank you, Linda. We are feeling a little bit extra fabulous. We wore our awards outfits tonight for
we
you.
are ready
We missed our
for
crew.
Left Vegas.
And we're sorry we missed your show on Saturday night, Linda. We heard you were fabulous.
fabulous.
Yes, we really did. So, I'm going to go back into some things that can only happen in Vegas. And of course, you know, people are already like I'm walking by and they're like, "Is that Chris Angel?" And you know, that was right in the
Oh
airport.
shit! I thought that was Chris Angel for a second.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny to me. I don't know what that is, but people are really kind
Oh,
in
I
Vegas.
love it. Or
And-
people in elevators, like, are you guys in a band? Or you're musicians, right?
So what happened, I don't know if you probably don't know where I'm even going with the story, but after the awards show, we go to Center Bar with all the hairdressers, and this woman comes up to me, and she's a psychic. And without asking for any money, she offers me some very interesting insight. She,
Specific insight.
very specific insight, like,
I was actually shocked at some of the things she nailed.
oh my gosh, well, first she just started talking to me solo, and she was really saying some stuff about Austin and past relationships for me. But this woman was like, this wasn't like, oh, you're going to have a beautiful dinner soon, or you're going to go on a vacation. She was like, boop, 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 de doop. Right?
Doopy boopers.
Right down to like
Everything.
sexual business.
Intimate things.
It was weird. She knew names. She knew stories. She knew, like, yeah, she gave me some interesting insight. Didn't ask for a thing. And her mom is standing there, and I feel bad because this goes on for about an hour.
Yeah, it was a long chat.
I got an hour-long psychic reading here at this bar, and here I want to
Just
mingle with my
waltzing
friends.
around Center Bar with everyone. They're like, "Where's Levi?" I'm like, "He's having fun."
So this woman, I said, thank you for the information. And I said, I'm sorry to her mother because her mom says, don't worry, this happens all the time. So I guess she just spontaneously, if she can read you, she just goes in and reads you.
Mhm.
She actually gave me her phone number if I want another reading. She has some more info for me. I'm like, okay.
It was a lot.
Oh,
we
I
heard
think
some feedback.
we might
there,
be having a
maybe.
little bit of feedback issues on our...
We're good.
Oh, hi, Julie. Oh, Julie.
Thank you for the compliments.
Thank you.
So that was the award show night.
So the next day, we're going to have a big motivational speaker to not only motivate us in our personal lives, but motivate ourselves in our businesses. And we're having one of the top speakers on the whole planet,
Well, in North America.
North America.
Yeah. He's
That's
one of
not the
the
whole
most
planet.
requested motivational speakers or keynote speakers in the United States.
Yeah. What's his name?
No idea.
Come on.
I couldn't tell you. I literally couldn't tell you.
Well, he was 6'8". 6'8", basketball
He's a tall
player.
man, and he worked with Tony Robbins.
Yeah. Tony Robbins was his mentor, but we got all this amazing information to take home, just about, getting your best life and how to achieve all your goals. And
Well, it was really about like belief systems and creating your own belief system and like supporting it so it's harder for people to shake it and just like things like that.
so, when someone says to you, how is it going? No one wants to hear you're tired. No one wants to hear, your
struggles.
bum knee sucks, or
You got so much on your plate and
That-
you're busy.
that
or
meter guy that gave you another ticket. No one wants to hear it.
Yeah.
So one little advice he said is when someone asks,
He tried something and he started saying like I'm on fire or like I'm fantastic or saying things that are like
one of our friends, Jesse.
exaggerationally like exuberant.
So Austin, how are you today?
I'm on fire.
Ask me how I'm doing.
How are you doing, Levi?
I'm magical.
So it just like sparking a conversation, but that instant like
Positivity.
even if it's not like 100% genuine,
That's genuine.
sparks, and then the ingenuine become genuine.
You want to just basically spark some positive vibe, because if you're happy, you're going to attract more happy. If you're
Yeah.
excited, not that we can't tell each other about our
It was Dan Lear. Thanks so much, Deanna, for that.
Dan Lear.
Dan Lear, and
Thank
it's
you.
spelled Lier, and I thought it said liar because I'm not a good speller.
Oh my gosh, Dan Lear.
Dan
He was
Lear.
fabulous. So, and I gotta say, how are you doing? Magical is actually from our friend Jesse. He gave us that one.
He
So
definitely did, but
yeah.
I'm on fire.
yeah, yeah. So it's interesting. Just like I don't know, just always putting that best foot forward and that positive.
Mhm.
And also, yeah, I really loved that one.
Yeah. My favorite part was like he talked about like a belief system and kind of made a reference to a table, and each one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
legs on the table are like supporting arguments or like experiences or like concrete facts that support your belief system. So it's like a fact that is 100% proven to you,
So-
you can prove your belief system. And your table doesn't have to have 4 legs; it can have 800 legs.
I'm going to give an example. So Austin is a very talented makeup artist. So on that
My
belief
belief.
system
Yes.
is that you're a very talented makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
What would some of those legs be that would prove that?
So I would say like I have somebody told me I was a great makeup artist, but I like have been published, and that was like concrete evidence that I'm
You do
a
drag
great makeup
makeup,
artist.
you do stage makeup,
and
companies
like so
hire
on,
you.
so on, so on, so on.
So now, if someone said Austin sucks at makeup, they can only maybe take away one of his legs.
If they're really like cunning and good, but if not, I still have like 800 other legs that support that table.
Yeah, so he knows he's a good makeup artist, and he has those legs to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't really knock those out. So it's really important to build those legs for yourself. So are you a good mother? Are you a good wife? Are you a good boyfriend? Oh yeah, I'm a good boyfriend. I'm
I'm
a
a good business owner.
good business owner.
Yeah.
Like,
So that was like a really powerful.
do you massage your partner's feet? Do you cook dinner? Do you keep the house tidy? Do you help with the kids? So once you know that, it's really hard for someone to take those legs away from you. So
Because they're proven belief to you.
Yeah.
You have concrete evidence to support that is a belief for you.
even if it's just true for you, I
Yeah.
might say I'm an excellent athlete, but I'm probably below average.
But also, like vice versa, if you're like down on yourself and you have a negative belief system,
Right.
it's really hard for positivity to like
Yeah. So
take those legs away from you and put in positive legs or change your belief system. So
if your self talk is I'm unattractive, I can't find love, I am alone, I suck at dating, he talked to us about how we change our story, and
or get rid of the story.
get rid of the story. What actually
100%.
happened?
Get rid of the backstory to it and just get to the facts.
Yeah.
So get rid of all the talk that goes with it. Say this was a day. not
So-
like this happened in my day.
One example is this this woman. There was a promotion available, and he said, "Are you going to go for that promotion?" And she goes, "Well, I can't go for that promotion. A few years ago, I went through that terrible divorce."
And he's like,
Yeah,
a few years ago.
So basically, you participated in a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the big ugly story, the cost, the stress, the drama.
Yeah.
What's the facts here?
Yeah.
You participated in a
Conscious
divorce.
separation.
Move
on a
forward.
talk show.
And still apply for that job. Go get what is yours, what you earn. So, life can be hard, but get rid of all the story and the drama. What really happened? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Move
Not
forward.
how it happened, just it happened.
Yeah. Move on.
So that was powerful.
So another very awesome thing is we got to do personality tests. And
Oh yeah, I want to do this with like all of our teams.
so we're going to do personality tests with all of our staff. And I want to tell you, it's a 10-question thing to see what personality
There's
you
like
are.
4 types, and then you're not always just one or the other. You could be like different numerical values of 4 separate ones.
Well, you're going to be really shocked out there, listeners of Jess FM, and you asked for it, because guess what? 9 out of my 10 questions, my personality is the
Entertainer.
entertainer. I cannot help it. I'm just entertaining.
Yeah.
And
I was like 80% the professor
Austin's
and
a
20%
professor.
the race car driver.
a race car driver and a
And a professor. I like to say I'm a fast professor.
well, I'm 90% entertainer, 10% school teacher.
Yeah. And you know what's actually really funny? I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
I did a very similar personality test when I was doing my Redkin training, but it was birds
Okay.
instead of professions. So there was like owl, eagle, peacock, and dove.
Peacocking.
Yeah, so the peacock is the entertainer for sure, but I was the owl, and I'm the professor. They're totally the same thing,
That's so
and you
funny.
can actually like assimilate them together. But then the eagle was the race car driver,
Yeah.
and the dove was the teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, so like I basically did the same thing, but it had like a bird analogy. But it's very like cool, and not even just as like a realization thing, but it also like from an employer's point of view, it maybe would help you communicate with your staff in different ways too, because each personality type needs to kind of be communicated to differently.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not a very good communicator when it comes to professors. They get annoyed by my long stories.
Yes, we do. Get to the facts, Gary.
Get to the point.
Facts
But-
and figures, please.
But I just gotta zhuzh stuff up a little bit,
Yeah,
make it
but
entertaining.
You gotta control your zhuzh, and I'll like spice up mine.
Well, how would we fill an hour if I wasn't an entertainer? And then look at, if you're a regular listener or watcher of the show, this isn't the first time that Austin's giving me the facts as I do the talking. So he's my professor doing the research, and I'm doing the razzle dazzle.
Yeah,
but
you're a razzle dazzle machine.
I think you're pretty. I think you're pretty entertaining.
Oh, I can turn it on, but that's the race car driver in me.
So
Yeah. That was very, very cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Catwalk staff, watch out! You're gonna get this
It's
information.
cool. Next staff meeting, I think
Yeah.
that's something that is going to really be a fun, like, icebreaker, but kind of help people talk to each other a little bit, too.
Oh, that is definitely, and Deanna, you'll notice that we already did this because it's not I should have online booking or why haven't I done online booking. It's I must have online booking.
So what we're making reference to is just having the internal dialogue instead of, like, how did this happen, and change it to why did this happen, or what can I do to change this happening.
yeah, so don't just
So
say
change the whys to, or the hows to, or no, whys to hows and whats.
yeah.
That sounds confusing, but think about it. Change the why questions to how questions and what questions, because it changes it from a perspective of negativity and like why me, into some productivity
okay. Well, let's
and
say
positivity. So
here's a bad one. I can't lose any weight.
why can't I lose any weight?
Well, because I like Starbucks.
So that like starts a
And alcohol.
negative conversation.
Right.
So instead of like why, say how can I lose some weight?
I could not have Starbucks.
Or what can I do to lose weight?
I
So
could drink
just
my coffee
changing
black.
that dialogue with yourself.
I can drink less wine.
There's
It's
a
got
lot of
sugar.
things anyone can do.
Well, I'm just giving examples of,
Yeah.
when you're saying like, why can't I lose weight? Well,
I like, why can't I find a husband, or why can't
So
I?
how can I?
Why? It just
go on a
it
date, join a
sparks
book club.
Yeah, but basically we're just saying the why questions spark a negative dialogue internally. So change that to how or what.
Did you get that, audience?
I've said it enough times. I hope you do.
I always need
so
the
that was cool
explanation.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting close to the end of our show, so let's give it a little more dish. So anyway, great show, mingled with all of our friends, got one last picture with Deanna. I have not posted my Vegas album. Beware, there's a lot of selfies and outfits changes, but I'm going to share some photos tomorrow, maybe tonight, of the trip to Vegas. So to all our hairdressing friends who maybe watch this, you'll see the pictures tonight or tomorrow. But
we have one more night to talk
one
about
more
too.
night, and here we go. So our last night, we wanted to do something fun, and our great friend Lori and her boyfriend Elvis in
Yes,
Vegas. Name's
the
Elvis.
best name ever.
Yeah.
You'll never forget that.
Well, they're like, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to go see a real magician. I want to go see David Copperfield."
So we booked tickets, bought them. We all got together, and we're in line at the Park MGM Grand.
And
We got our popcorn, we got our beer. We're like super stoked.
Yeah.
And guess who is in the lineup
It's the-
about 10 feet in front of us?
It's the Property Brothers,
Drew.
just Drew. But here we are. We're sitting there, and it's like we're all waiting to go to David Copperfield, and they come out and they cancel the show.
They did.
They cancel.
Technical difficulties.
Yes. So something was wrong with the stage, and I don't want to like make up a story because I'm an entertainer.
It was technical difficulties.
But 3 years ago, about David Copperfield had someone injured in his show, and it was a large lawsuit. This person was seriously injured. So if it's not safe, they won't do their show. So we did not get to see David Copperfield.
There's some
But-
story.
But there was, I can't help myself.
I'm about the fact.
And so then,
But there was Drew for
But-
the Property Brothers.
and
line.
Lori, who we were with, Lori's 6'3", I'm 6'2", Drew's at least 6'3".
I'm 6'3".
Austin's 6'3".
Elvis is not 6'.
We,
Poor guy.
my gosh, that poor guy. Elvis is very handsome and
Oh,
lovely
he's
man.
very handsome.
We had a wonderful time with you. But here we are, all these tall people, and there's Drew standing there. So I just kind of maybe squished the truth a little bit. I said, my sister Lori here is such a big fan, Drew. And he's like, well, we have to get a photo. And he was really lovely. He's also a Canadian.
Yes, he is.
So, you know,
Oh,
got to have my little
Canada.
selfie moment with Drew and have a little chat. And I'll tell you, he's a big fan of David Copperfield and magic.
Yes, he is.
So this was his third time to see the show, and he was disappointed it was canceled.
Yes.
So were we, Drew.
We were, but we still had a fantastic evening, actually.
We zipped on down to the piano bar and sang our hearts
dueling
out.
piano bar at Harrah's because all of our friends from all over the country were
Yeah.
there. That's where everyone else decided to go. So we met up with them, and we sang and sang and sang.
And I want you to know, Lethbridge has an amazing dueling pianos at Average Joe's on Friday nights.
Is it at Average Joe's or 1010?
No, Average Joe's.
Oh, who knew?
Yeah, Friday nights, dueling pianos here. So if you ever thought about going to a dueling piano show, it's with Kate and...
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know
Oh.
it was at Average Joe's, though. I thought it was somewhere else.
No.
I want to do some research.
That's the professor talking.
Yeah.
And from the professor and the entertainer, we want to say thank you for having us in your homes tonight and listening and joining along. Next week, we have a special guest, Julie Ruin. We've had Julie on our show before.
So we're doing Julie Rune and the You Asked For It Men 2.0.
Yeah, we're coming back with Julie next week. So, one last thing. What do you do? I want to say this. What are you doing to keep warm out there? What are you doing? Because this has been a real cold snap here in Alberta.
Yeah.
And it has been freezing. Like, today was a little nicer because the sun was out.
Yeah, minus 23 is really a nice break.
Yeah, this week it's going to warm up to minus 17 here in Canada,
Ooh,
Alberta. So
balmy.
I know, but I know a lot of people in the world have had it harder than us, but it's been rough.
Yeah.
But if you're watching our online stories, because we like doing these stories, you could see to keep warm yesterday we were taking down a wall.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're not building walls here in Canada. We're taking them down.
Zing.
Zing.
We'll love to talk about that more on our next show because that is a fun story in itself.
Yeah, but I just want to say Austin gets so annoyed because everyone, when we tear down this wall, it's just like a superficial wall in the basement of Catwalk. We've opened up a ton of square footage. But everyone, what do they say to you?
Is it a load-bearing wall? Did you make sure? Or make sure it's not a load-bearing wall? I'm like, Do you know anything about carpentry? Is that the only word you know is load-bearing wall? Like, I heard that on Home and Garden Network once. Load-bearing wall, load-bearing wall.
Austin loves that people love the
Drives me
word
crazy.
load-bearing wall.
I think they want to say load.
So if you want to bug Austin, then message him on our video of us tearing
And
down the
ask
wall.
me if it was a
load-bearing
load-bearing wall, please.
He'll try and bite his tongue.
Mostly joking.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Jess FM.
Have a happy Monday, everyone, from Levi and Austin.
Ooh, peace.
Bye, everyone.